I vi koji imate brkove pre mene. Dođite ovde i divite se. Divite se prirodnoj arhitekturi staroj preko 55 miliona godina. Divite se Atlantskom okeanu koji nikada ne miruje i ima razornu snagu. Divite se životinjama, domaćim i divljim koje ovde opstaju. Na kraju divite se ljudima koji su došli ovde i odlučili da ostanu i žive na najneverovatnijim mestima. Ja sam na Farskim ostrvima. U sportu vrhunski rezultat stvara se iz masovnosti. Farani vole sport, ali malo ih je, tek 52.000. Oni vole na prvom mestu fudbal, pa odbojku i rukomet, ali nisu to njihove discipline. Oni su moreplovci. Ovde je najpopularnije veslanje. Nije to olimpijska disciplina, to je njihovo tradicionalno veslanje. Čamci su drveni. Na zvaničnim takmičenjima u čamcu može biti 6, 8 ili 10 veslača i kormilar. Sedišta su fiksirana i nemaju posebne oslonce za stopala. Neki bi rekli primitivno veslanje. Ja bih rekao sasvim prirodno veslanje. Prestižne trke održavaju se leti u dane festivala. Ovaj je više rekreativni čamac, ali moćan za 20 veslača, kao što su to nekad radili Vikinzi. Putujem sada ka susednom ostrvu, ostrvo Vidoj. Inače, sva ostrva su povezana jako dobrim putevima. Povezani su tunelima ispod mora i mostovima. Država je ozbiljno uložila u infrastrukturu, a to je očigledno bilo skupo. Međutim, upravo je to razlog da se stanovništvo ovde ne osipa. Dolazim u seoce. Zove se Hvanasund. Zašto idem na ovu stranu? Već od ranije želim da upoznam ovog čoveka.
My name is Livarom. I come from the Faroe Islands, live in this small town called Hvanasund. About 400 people live here. I was born here, raised here, and practically lived my whole life here. At a very young age, I became a fisherman. I think I was about 15 years old, left school very early, and I was a fisherman for many years. After that, about 20 years on the ocean, I got married, had children, and I found work on land because of the family. I wanted to stay on land. And so I ended up in competition rowing in the Faroe Islands, and really loved it. And competition rowing evolved into ocean rowing.
Jeste, možda se i vi sećate Livara. On je bio jedan od junaka dokumentarne priče koju smo emitovali pre 4 godine. Bio je to nevjerovatan poduhvat. Tada je petočlana posada u lakom čamcu preveslala Atlantski okean. Među njima bio je naš Predrag Tripković, a na istom čamcu veslao je i on, Livar Nisted, sa Farskih Ostrva. Veslali su sa kontinenta na kontinent, od Portugalije do Južne Amerike, 6300 km. Sve to trajalo je 52 dana. Naš Predrag i Livar ostali su dobri prijatelji.
We connected very well, me and Predrag, really well. Became very good friends on the boat, and we had, I think we were had almost the same mindset with everything, life and how to, row and everything. So yeah, we connected very well, and so yeah, it was a very tough trip with shark attacks and shortage of food, and it was a real adventure.
Oh, like you. Very good. And it's actually very sweet. Very sweet. Very sweet taste.
Sada vidim njegovu drugu stranu. Livar je i slikar. Umetnička duša. Čudan karakter.
Since 2017, I've been painting full time. I've always done art. From as long as I can remember, I've been drawing and painting, and always done it. But from 2017, I've been a full-time artist. And so am I a sailor or a construction worker or a factory worker or an adventurer or an artist? I still don't know. I'm still looking for answers. So yeah, it's if I will present myself as an artist, that means that I put a label on myself, and I don't like to be put like in a box. He's an artist, so I will leave that question open. What I am. It is going to be a masterpiece. I will sell it for $3 million.
But you don't need money.
No, my children do.
53 godine ima, još uvek nije siguran gde bi se skrasio. Ali važno je da je zadovoljan.
Yeah, I feel very lucky that I'm able to live off my art. It's not many people, especially in the Faroe Islands. It's a small country. I feel very fortunate that I'm able to live off my paintings.
Livar je odrastao u ovom selu i nikada nije došao iskušenje da ode i živi negde drugde. Ali nije ga to zaustavilo da obiđe svet.
I go out and row oceans, and I explore myself also. How much can I handle? And you're always looking for something, and that's what people are doing.
Livar živi život većine Farana nekad. Atlantski okean njima je u krvi. Oni nisu gorštaci, nisu ravničarski tipovi, oni su morski ljudi.
The Vikings came here 1300 years ago, and we had people before that also. And in order to get to the Faroe Islands, if you imagine yourself 1,000 years back in time, with no equipment except a wooden boat, those people must have they had something special. Why would you even considering, just go to sail west and hope for the best that there is a country there or something? I mean, I think that is still in our genes or in our DNA, that this craving for adventure or to go on expedition.
Do danas Livar je 10 puta preveslao okean. Zašto baš tako daleko ide i zašto toliko često rizikuje?
Just being out there, totally isolated from the world, and you get this sensation or a feeling of you have to survive no matter what, and we don't get that feeling here because everything is safe. We have running water in the tap, we have food in the fridge, we have electricity, and the house is warm. All those things, we have nothing of that. And then it's like, it's something special when you're in that situation. This instinct that we have for life and to survive, the fighting instinct, it's in everyone, but we don't use it because we don't have to use it, and we never experience it. People that have been in really difficult situations, they maybe some dramatic thing, they know what it is, but everyday people, they don't know what we are talking about. So
Take looking at the mobile screen
Yeah.
everywhere.
There is something special with Faroese people when it comes to instinct and also the knowledge of the ocean. And sometimes I have surprised myself by when we have been on a boat across the ocean, and I know beforehand that it's going to rain in a while, so I put on some oil gear, oilskins, and I've also said to the crew that we will see whales in 5 minutes, and then whales are popping up, and they asked me, how did you know that? I could smell them. It was just not something that I could smell them far away. So and maybe they did smell them also, but they didn't know what it was. So it's knowledge and experience, and if you do one thing, over and over and over again, hopefully you'll be better at it. And I think it's a bit there, yeah. I've been on the oceans, I usually say the ocean is my second home. Yeah.
Frederick,
Yes.
it's very exciting, very beautiful islands on a sunny day.
Livar Nisted je jedini čovjek na planeti koji je u jednoj godini preveslao 2 okeana, Atlantski i Indijski. Desilo se to 2013. godine. Tada je prvo preveslao Atlantski okean od Kanarskih ostrva do Barbadosa, a onda...
And then a few months later, I was asked to join another boat in Australia to row across the Indian Ocean to Mauritius. And it's a funny story there that I had just done an ocean row a few months earlier, and then I was asked to do this, and I said yes. A lot of ocean rowers say that you can't row more than one ocean in one season because you lose a lot of weight, and it's really, really tough on your body. But I didn't know that, so I just said yes, and I did it. And I was the first person to row across 2 oceans within the same year. It's a world record, or Guinness World Record, and I'm the first one. Nobody will ever beat that record. It's brilliant. And I didn't realize that I shouldn't, I shouldn't do that. But so yeah.
I onda takav avanturistički duh i nesalomiv karakter stane ovako ispred platna, sa četkicom i bojama. Ovaj čovjek seli se sa nemirne pučine i borbe za goli život u svet tišine, samoće i mira.
Being a painter, I stand alone here with a little brush, and then I do this, trip with boats across oceans. It's a big contrast, it's a very big contrast. So I think it's very good for me to every other year or something to do a trip like this. I stand here alone and work, and so it's good to get out.
Svakako da Livar ne živi od veslanja, on živi od svojih slika. Ali jedno i drugo radi zadovoljstva.
Very strong color. This color is almost glowing.
You're lucky you have puffins in your neighborhood, everywhere.
Yeah, I love puffins. They're really cute. And we eat them.
Really?
Yeah. They taste very good.
Really?
It's a cute piece of meat. In the Faroe Islands, we kill whales.
Yes,
Yeah,
I want to ask you, but
Yeah, a lot of people around the world think it's horrible. How can you kill a whale? But what's the difference between a pilot whale and a cow? There are 2 creatures that are living. Both have red blood and a heart, 2 lungs. Why is it okay to kill a cow, but not the pilot whale? Especially when you think about the pilot whale, they're not extinct or not, we have plenty of them here. And on average, we kill 800 per year. Only 800, 800. How many millions of chickens and pigs and cows were killed today around the world? We don't know. There's something wrong with the world. They live in a big city in their pink bubble. They've never killed an animal. They've never seen an animal bleed. You're not allowed to get into a slaughterhouse today. Why is that? Because it's not nice. There's a lot of blood, and those guys they don't want to show that. So yeah, we don't have a slaughterhouse for our whales. It happens on the beach for everyone to see, and those pictures are going around the world. And we are, you should read the comments. We get, the Faroe Islands or the people in the Faroe Islands are barbaric, psychopaths, you name it. But this is the most peaceful country in the world with the lowest crime rate. So, yeah, just like I said, people they have no idea what they are talking about.
maybe just because of that it's a wild animal.
Yeah, but that's exactly a wild animal. It's a better. Imagine if you could choose to be a pilot whale and get killed by me, or a cow and also killed by me. What would you choose? Be a cow, stand there in a dark room your whole life for one purpose, to end up on some table to be eaten by someone. Or to be a pilot whale, to have a good life, at least while it was living, free, and then it's killed. You know, what do you think is better?
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
So
they think it's fine. It's fine to to have farms of chicken farms or whatever. All these farms that are the only thing is it's produce meat. It should be the other way around. It should be a crime to keep an animal locked inside a dark room. The whole, have you seen a chicken farm or a pig farm?
Horror film.
Yeah, it's Nightmare on Elm Street is like a walk in the park compared to that. So yeah, but people they don't think that. It's because they never seen any blood. They go to the supermarket, they pick up some fish and some meat or whatever, and they never seen an animal being killed or blood or whatever. And then some of them say, well, I'm a vegetarian. That is even worse. It's fine to be a vegetarian, but don't come here and tell me not to kill whales because, I don't like to kill animals. If you are a vegetarian, you are killing millions of animals. Because have you seen how they plow a field? Every animal that is living on that field is killed. Every mouse, mice, all the mice, all the snakes, and we're talking about millions and millions of animals are killed by vegetarians every single year. So being a vegetarian is not a good enough reason for stopping anyone else to kill a cow or a pig or a whale. You have to have something else, Maybe grow your own food. So, yeah.
I baš nekoliko dana po našem razgovoru, Livar je krenuo u novu ekspediciju.
It's a bit different expedition from what I have done previously, because now we will have a sail on board, and we will do a trip like the old Vikings did it. They were sailing a lot of trips between the Faroe Islands and Norway.
To je drveni čamac, replika vikinškog lakog čamca. Dužina je 10 metara, na njemu će biti 4 muškarca i 2 žene. Uglavnom će se kretati uz pomoć vetra, ako zatreba i na vesla. Livar će biti jedini član sa Farskih Ostrva. I par dana kasnije, kada su sačekali bolje vreme, oni su isplovili. Ali nevreme ih je pratilo duž cele rute. A onda, 4. dana plovidbe, dogodila se tragedija. Oluja je podigla talase do 10 metara. Vetar je bio jačini 40 čvorova. Laki drveni čamac nije izdržao. Prevrnuo se, posada je završila u moru, usred noći. Karla Dana, Amerikanka, nije isplivala. Izgubila je život u Severnom moru, nadomak obale Norveške. Ona je bila arheolog, izučavala istoriju Vikinga. Livar i preostala 4 člana posade spašeni su. Livar, iskusni morski vuk, preživeo je. Većina ovdašnjih ljudi zaposlena je u ribarskoj industriji, ali ima i drugih mogućnosti. Upoznao sam Aleksandra Đorđevića, bivši fudbaler i trener, ovde na Farskim Ostrvima stekao je veliki ugled. Život na ostrvima odvija se pod uslovima koje diktira sama priroda. I onda Farani su ili na moru ili na svojim farmama. Izbor za opstanak nije veliki. Ribolov i ovce. Farska Ostrva. Stenovita, negostoljubiva ostrva. Zemlja severnjaka. Narod čvrsto vezan za svoja stada i pašnjake i za svoje parče okeana.
Don't